what was the inspiration? Obviously, it's the 8-year anniversary with your wife. Maybe can you tell us a bit about your relationship with her? You're pretty young, so when did you guys first meet, and how key has she been on your journey as a basketball player?
Thank you. I want to say thank you first and foremost, and I want to thank God. Second, I want to say I'm just thankful to have the opportunity. But me and my fiance, we first met back in high school, but we didn't say a word to each other, all of high school. So it was kind of crazy. 4 years in high school, probably said one sentence to each other. We got to college, and I finally reached out to her, and then we clicked ever since. Had our son 3 years ago, and we just been, inseparable. She been, supporting me my whole journey. So she was here when I was riding my bike to work in a factory, when I was catching the bus to work, like she was there for me. So like the support system I have is amazing. Outside of her with my, family back home with 8 siblings. So like it's just amazing to have her. And, I just thank her every day for, making my job easy.
Do you feel your relationship with her is the sort of the catalyst to you being the best you can be on a basketball court?
Of course. She take care of everything at home. She keep my son occupied, who has a lot of energy. If you guys ever met him, he don't take naps. So, she got her work cut out for her. And all I got to do is, focus on basketball. So she make that part of my life super easy, and I salute her for that.
And then on top of that, mate, just the confidence that the teammates have had in you to just let it fly, was that a big factor in tonight's performance and sort of just the tear you've been on the last month?
It's been a big factor all year. I mean, even though I wasn't performing up to level, they still supported me. They still had faith. Nobody dropped their head or came to me any type of way. They just said, keep going. We believe in you. No matter if I was coming off the bench or starting, they still said the same thing. So the support haven't changed from them. It's just been the same thing. So that's one thing I'm grateful for, is that they didn't lose faith in me. Also, the coaching staff didn't lose faith in me. Maybe we changed some things up, but they always knew I was, a capable scorer. So they just kept, putting life into me, and I thank them for it because I'm trying my best to, give it back.
What's your highest score been in a professional basketball game up until this?
Like 34.
34?
So when I looked up at the scoreboard and I seen, the most nervous I'll honestly say I ever been in basketball was shooting the free throw when I had 39. And I was like, man, I'm about to get 40. Like, I never, score over 34. So that was crazy. But once I got to 50, I knew, it was good. Like, the last free throw was good. Like, I was just, like, I don't know. I can't really explain the feeling. I'm still up on a high right now. It's just amazing that the, crowd kept giving energy. And then the teammates, like, it was like I was in a movie, man. It was crazy.
Did you know you're approaching the largest score ever produced by a player in the NBL?
Somebody did come to mention it. I'm not going to mention who. But once they start mentioning it, as you can see at the end of the game, I started taking some deep shots, start gunning for it. Yeah, man, I'm just, I don't know if I got I don't know the NBL record or whatever, but I know it was the Billets record. So I was just.
You got it, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. My teammates shower me. That's why I'm in this instead of my jersey. So, man, I'm just, along for it's a long journey. So, not too high, not too low. But honestly, I can't tell you where I'm at right now, how excited I am.
And going into the break, do you feel like outside of your individual brilliance tonight, do you feel like that could be a turning point, or do you feel like that's obviously what you needed going into the break and going to sort of almost the second half of the season?
I feel like it could be. I feel like, honestly, our turning point was in Tassie. We let that one slip away. We was up like 6 with 2:30 left, and obviously Doyle went off and stole that game from us. But I felt like that was our turning point right there. And just because I had a 50-point effort, we still played the right way like we play. Like, it was just me taking what was available and me being ultra aggressive, having a starter down, having guys sick, injured. So I felt like we didn't break how we do or how we play just because I feel like I got hot. They kept finding me, and that was that.
Yeah, Justin, it seemed like a game where the team had a handle on it, for the full 4 quarters. Would you say that was a 40-minute performance from your boys?
Yeah, it's definitely the one we've been looking for, and JB just sort of hit it. I felt the other night was the best we'd played, and we took a loss, and that's the part that hurt. But the thing that we were all excited about was we had another game to come back to and really continue to try and grow on it. And Perth really tested us early and challenged us at times, and I just loved our resolve in those moments. And we got tested today with a bit of resilience. Like Case was a late out, Bano and M were crook, and Ty didn't practice all week. So we're sort of, when I look at that, and we spoke about, through adversity comes opportunity, and JB took that fully, and bringing him back into the starting lineup, set the tone straight away, and that's the real pleasing thing. And to get 40 minutes of play is what we've been asking for, and now we just need to keep understanding this is who we can be and continue to keep getting better.
Have you noticed Batemon and Cook always playing very well when they're on the court at the same time?
I don't know. Dre didn't make as many shots as he'd probably like, so
but you guys always feeding off each other though.
No, I think what JB said is real, in that we understand when we share the ball, we just take what defense gives us, and what we see in front of us, we can be really good. And there's performances all over the place. So like JB, unbelievable. But I look at the other way that Mitch Norton impacted the game on having to guard Bryce for basically every minute that he was out there. Rocco's best game of the year was able to have a real impact. Ty gets in foul trouble. We could depend on him. He was great. But even like Emmett Nah, as I said, sick, comes in, holds the fort in those moments. So it didn't kind of matter who we put out there. Like we tested Deng, wasn't ready to go. And I just look at those things and go, all right, well, there's hope of us continuing to improve from here on out.
Yeah, what if you don't mind answering here, Justin, what was the sort of logic behind playing Rocco more than Tyrell when Tyrell wasn't in foul trouble? And obviously he played very well in that time that he was given, but did you give him, prior warning that he'd be having a big role tonight, or?
No. Like, I mean, the rotations are always the same. It's just what are you impacting winning when you get out there, and that's part of being Rocco's growth this year is how has he handled moments and whatnot. And I thought he handled that really well tonight, and impacted winning when he was on the floor. And I look at, I don't actually know what he ended up with, but like his rebounding and his presence on that was the most pleasing thing for me. So no, like it's always going to be who helps us most in that space. And tonight was his night, and what I love is seeing Tyrell celebrate that the whole way. Toy coming in off not a lot of sleep in the last 48 hours, and being able to play some pinch minutes there as well when Ty got into foul trouble. So, no, it's definitely a pleasing thing to see, especially when we look at how much we held him to.
Yeah, as a coach, was it great to see the eruption from the crowd there? Probably the most exciting moment in the Brisbane Entertainment Centre this season. As a coach and as a player, was that something special to see? Being the first season you're playing in this fortress.
Absolutely, the crowd was unbelievable. We came from a really challenging environment the other night in Tasmania, and that's what it felt like tonight in our favour, which was great and something we want to continue to grow. And I think our front office staff do a great job on presenting a game night that people want to be at. So, now we've shown our fans what we want to be and who we want to be, and now we just got to keep improving in that space so that the people want to turn up.
All good from me, Harry. Thank you.
Please, you want to go over to you, Chris?
Yeah, James, your roles changed a little bit from what Justin probably did envision it being at the start of the season. Now you're playing a little bit more off the ball, and you've got two really good playmakers alongside you with Mitch and now Emmett coming in. How much are you enjoying that, having guys helping to create for you and you not necessarily having to have the ball in your hands as much?
It's just something, I pride myself on, is being able to do whatever the coach, want. So if the coach want me to, flat out score and go be a two guard, then I can do that. If he want me to set up the offense and play the one guard, I can do that. So I just feel like being versatile as a player helps me, be able to do whatever the coach needs and whatever the team needs. I mean, I'm willing to sacrifice whatever. So with me moving to that position, if it helps the team, me being more aggressive scoring-wise, then I'm willing to do that. If things change, then I'll be ready for it. I'm just ready for my number to be called. I know I'm ready for this moment to play at this level. So it's not too much of a shift for me because I've been playing combo guard all my life. So it's just, we just finding different ways to win, I should say.
it's a real family club now as well. As a bit more of an experienced father, are you giving some advice to Toby now already, and also to Nordo and to Casey and even to Ty?
Yeah, I've been trying to, cause right now I'm like the vet with the dad situation, cause I got a 3-year-old, and trying for more. So I try to get him, advice whenever I can. Little small things, we joke about it. And then we also, like, one thing about this team, you kind of bond, because certain tough, like, conversations that you have about, pregnancies and stuff like that, you don't normally talk about that on a regular. And with this team, I've been able to share those moments, the struggles that me and my fiance went through, the struggles they went through. And I think that kind of brings us closer. So right now on the court, it's not gelling all the way together because, we not winning as many games, but the unity of the team and everything, I love the environment, the team environment we have.
Justin, are you pretty happy to coach a player that beat the 50 points from CG 10 years ago?
I mean, it was, like, as it's happening, you're not really concentrating too much on that. I was just worrying about what was next and do we get the stop that we need. But, now I can't wait to go home and watch it. Now that we're not going into a game, like, actually get to watch it as a bit of a fan in this one and as we review it. And, special night for us, special for the club. And it's the guy that we recruited, to be honest, that we knew he could be a high-level scorer in this league, and maybe wasn't expecting him to do that. But now it's about us having consistency and challenging ourselves in that space, and that's what we'll go back and really do now in this window.
I know you lost on Friday, but it was a pretty good weekend overall. You played a lot of good basketball over the last 80 minutes over the last 48 hours. In a way, does the break come at a bad time now because you finally now got to string some games together?
I would say yes, but we got that much illness through the group right now. It's probably a slight blessing in disguise. But also, we're not, I keep saying, we're not a finished product. Like, this win doesn't mean that we've arrived. It just means we've got to keep getting better, and we understand what our base level is. And that was the exciting part of Friday night. Is I thought that was pretty much a playoff environment down there, and we handled the moments, and yet we let it slip. But there was good signs there. And then tonight we kind of doubled down on who we were, and now we've been able to come away with a tough victory against a great opposition. So that's the part that we embrace right now. Now we get in 10 days to go and get better. 4 of our guys are representing, so we'll celebrate them and see how they go with that, and get our bodies right, and come out of this window a better group, hopefully.
That's going to be my last question. You touched on it on Friday, but how proud are you for these guys to now go and play for their countries over the next week, and just to get to experience that? Because for some of them it's a once in a lifetime chance, or for some of them it's the start of what could be a long journey playing for their country. Yeah,
I think any time you get to represent, I was lucky to do it as a coach, and there is no better thing that you can do. And so, we're super excited for those guys to get the opportunity. Now we want to go see them do well in that opportunity, and then come back and use that confidence that they gain from it to carry us forward when they come back.
Thanks, guys.
All good. Thank you.